Today I'm going to show you how to make roasted cauliflower. So you're going to take your cauliflower and you're going to have an adult cut the bottom of the cauliflower off, all this green stuff. So you're going to have an adult do that. You can help them by pulling off some of this green stuff, and that can be fun because you're kind of tearing it off, right? And then you can put that in your compost. I know all of you guys have compost piles. And have an adult cut off this green part here at the bottom. So you just have the white stuff for your cauliflower. And then have them hand this to you, and the rest of it you can do for them. So then you just, these cauliflower just pop right off. As you can see, some of them are popping off and falling on the ground. They come off so easy. And you're just going to rip these off and you're going to put them in a large Tupperware container. So you just take off all of these, so they're small individual pieces. And if you got a big one like this, make sure these little green, all these are off, and you just tear those off, right? And if you can, try to break it up into even smaller pieces. Sometimes you can't. But like, I know some of you are really strong, you can break them up into smaller pieces. But once you have all of your pieces in there, you're going to then, and I'm just ripping it apart, you're then going to take some olive oil, and you're just going to sprinkle it on the top, just like that. Don't worry about having an exact amount, sprinkle it on the top. And then you're going to take salt. If you have a salt shaker like this, you can just put some in the palm of your hand. I don't know if you can see that. Right, so not very much. And then you're going to sprinkle it over the top. If you have one of these twisters, then you can just twist it over the top. And then you're going to put your lid on your container, and you shake it up. You do a little cauliflower dance. And this is spreading the olive oil and the salt all over the cauliflower. Once you do your cauliflower dance, all you got to do then is get some aluminum foil. And to get the aluminum foil out, there are these cute little tabs on the side that hold the foil in place. So hopefully your parents have already put that down. And that way that keeps the roll from coming out. So I didn't put it down on that side. That's why that was coming out. But if you put it down on both sides, and this makes this really stable, and then you just grab some of the tin foil, and you just pull out about like a sheet of paper. And then you pull it straight, and then you take it down. There's a sharp edge here, so you have to be really careful. And you take it out and you pull it along. Start on one side. If I pull it over here, it might tear weird. So start on the side you want it to start tearing, and you just pull it off. And as long as you do it mindfully, it comes right off instead of off into like tiny little pieces. It takes practice. So if you don't do it right the first time, that's okay. That's part of learning. All of this, if you make 100 mistakes, every single time you're getting better, mistakes are just you learning, right? That's all a mistake is. So Miss Kari was able to get a nice piece because I've done this thousands of times. And once you've done it thousands of times, you'll get a nice piece too. Just takes practice. Then I'm going to put it down on my baking sheet, any baking sheet you have. This is a pizza baking sheet. It doesn't really matter. Any baking sheet that you have in your house, put it down on that. And then take your cauliflower and just pour it out on it. Make it into a single layer. You don't want it all piled up on top of each other. You want it spread out so that it will evenly cook. And then you tell your parent that this is ready to bake. And then you have them work the oven. Unless you've gotten special permission and they have shown you exactly how to do it many, many times, you should always have an adult work the oven. You should never touch the oven because it can get really hot. And if it left on, it can really, really hurt you, and it can hurt the environment if we're wasting energy that way. So only have an adult touch the oven, but this is all that work that you have done, and now you've prepared a meal for your family. So have your parent bake it for, say, can you please bake this at 450 degrees for 20 minutes, and then they will turn on the heat of the oven, they'll hit the timer, and they'll set the timer for 20 minutes, and then they'll put it in the oven, and in 20 minutes, they're going to check to see if it's tender the way they like it. Some people like it really, really tender, and other people like it still a little crispy, so it just depends on your family. But now you've made your family a meal of roasted cauliflower that's super, super healthy.